Hi guys, welcome. I'm going to start off by priming my face with this Smashbox under eye primer. Using this helps with my bags and my dark circles and the puffiness. And then I'm going to take Hourglass on the back of my hand and just warm it up with my finger. I do this because if I directly apply the primer on my face, it really leaves a white cast. And I learned that doing it this way, A, saves me product, and B, leaves less of a white cast if I were to just directly apply it to my face. So I'm going to do that and just rub it in as well as I can. And then I'm going to do my eyebrows with the ABH Dipbrow in the shade Dark Brown. You'll see that in a little bit. And then I'll just do my eyebrows off of camera just because it takes me a while to do my eyebrows because I really want them to be perfected. So if you guys want a separate eyebrow video, let me know and I can do that for you. So yeah. So now I'm back from doing my brows and I'm gonna start my face by putting on my foundation, and the one that I'm using is the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation in the shade Warm 62 or Medium Warm 62, one of those. I'll leave it down in the description. But I'm using the e.l.f. blurring foundation brush that I got from Target to apply it all over my face and to keep blending it out. And the reason I use brushes instead of beauty blenders for everything you're going to see in this video is to just give my skin more of a skin-like appearance and not more of a cake face. I mean, if you're into looking cakey, then that's good for you, but I really just want my foundation to look as natural as possible, so that's why I use a brush, and you're going to see how long I really take to blend my foundation. I really want everything to be seamless. Okay, now I'm onto my eyes, and I'm using the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette and this yellow single press shadow that I got from Colourpop. And when I start putting it on, you can see that I pat the color first and then I blend it out. And I do this because I want the colors to be pretty vibrant. And I noticed that if I just go in blending straight away, it doesn't really show up. So I'm just going to pat and then blend, pat and blend, and pat and blend every color that I put on. And I didn't really prime my eyelids. I just used the concealer that I cleaned my eyebrows up with and then brought that down. I used Tarte Shape Tape in the color Tan to conceal my eyebrows. So, and I also didn't set the concealer just because I wanted it to be tacky enough to catch the color. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking all these colors and patting them in and blending them out. Okay, so now I'm about to go in with this pinkish color at the bottom, and once again I'm just going to press then pat the color into my eye. And since I have hooded eyes, I tend to put the color I want in my crease higher than my actual crease is or where my lid is, just so the color can be seen when my eyes are not closed, but like, you know, looking forward. So you can tell that there's difference there. So I'm just placing the pink there and patting it and blending it out. And I'm just going to be working on deepening the color and blending it into the yellow. Okay, so this part I actually slowed it down to real-time video, just because I wanted to show you guys how I cut my crease when I guess I'm doing well, cutting my crease. So I'm just showing how do I cut my crease for hooded eyes. Like I said before, I tend to put the concealer or colors higher than where my actual lid starts or ends. I don't know. But yeah, so you're just gonna see me work on cutting my crease and perfecting it to where I like it. And yeah. So now that I blended out the concealer with my finger, I'm just going to soften the edges with the pink that I was using earlier, just so it's not as harsh when I do put the other shade on top. And the reason that I use my finger instead of a beauty blender is that every time that I use a beauty blender, it messes up the line where I put the cut crease at, because once again, it's not where my actual lid starts, so it always messes it up. So I just tend that finding I just figured that using a finger is just easier. And now I'm going in with that shimmery shade in the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. You can't really see it on my finger, but I apply it first with my finger just because I wanted to see how it would look, and whether or not I really wanted to commit to the color or not. But I figured out that I liked it. I liked the way it looked. So I started using my finger to pack on the color, and then I realized I couldn't get into the inner corner area the way I wanted to. So I'm taking just a random like flat brush and taking the excess product off my finger and then putting it onto my eye, and I'm just going to keep going back into the palette and building up the shimmer until I get it to where I think it looks nice. And yeah, and when I'm done doing that, I take the pink and I blend it out and I bring the shimmer out a little more, and I just keep doing that till I get an eye look that I really like. So I went off camera and ended up doing my other eye just to save a little time. And now I'm going to highlight and contour with Tarte Shape Tape in the color Tan Sands for under my eyes and on my forehead, and with the color Rich for my contour shade. And I don't really put a lot of highlight on my forehead and my chin, just because I don't want to draw too much attention to it. My forehead is pretty big. So I try to minimize the look of it. So I don't really put a lot of highlight, but I do contour the heck out of my forehead. And since my head is like a diamond shape, I don't really want my chin to be as prominent. So you'll see that, oh God, I'm singing. You will see me singing throughout this whole video. But I end up using whatever concealer I have left on the brush after I blend out my highlights, and I just put it on my chin, so like it's subtle but it's not really prominent. And I also use a brush instead of a beauty blender just because A, I save a lot of product, and B, I can move much faster with a brush than I do with the Beauty Blender. And it also makes the concealer look more skin-like when the powder is applied afterwards, because I also apply powder with the brush, but you'll see. So like I said before, I put a little bit on my chin, whatever excess I have left over after concealing and highlighting the bags and, you know, under my eye. And yeah. Okay, so now I'm done concealing my face. I'm going to take this like sort of skinny ankle brush type thing I got, and use that to blend out the contour on my face. Once again, I don't use beauty blenders because I feel like I don't have enough control, and it just takes up too much product. So I am contouring my big old forehead to make it look smaller. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to go back in with the concealer brush that I was using and, you know, soften up the lines and blend the two colors together so it's not as harsh. So I'm going to keep doing that on my forehead, and I'm going to also do that on my cheeks. And like I did with the chin, I don't really put contour underneath my jawline because it leaves too much of a dark contrast. It just looks too harsh for me. So I usually just contour whichever side I'm doing and then use the excess to put under my jawline. And once again, I am blending the concealer and the contour together to soften the line and soften the effects. And at some point in time, I'm going to go back in with concealer just because I feel like there's not enough there to blend out the contour. So I'm going to put a little bit more and then keep blending. Okay, now I'm baking with the Maybelline Fit by Me powder in the shade 25 medium. And I'm using a powder brush from Real Techniques because once again it makes your skin, it makes the concealer look more skin-like. And I'm also using that to sculpt my contour, I guess that's the correct word. And I use the Fit Me instead of the, oh god, what did I do? Oh, the brush. There's so much that came off of it. It scared me. So I didn't realize it was. So I'm trying to take the powder off everything. But I use that powder instead of the Laura Mercier because it doesn't leave that much of a flashback on me. So I don't really use my Laura Mercier powder as much. Now I'm getting an angled fluffy brush and black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Hazelnut. And I'm using that to set my contour and bronze. Yeah. So I'm just going to go over the spots that I contoured and set it with the powder. And then to wipe the baking off, oh, wow. So I'm going to contour my nose. I didn't think I was going to do that. I'm going to contour my nose with my Black Radiance powder in a smaller, straight, fluffy brush. And after I place the product down with the powder, I go in with my fingers just to soften it more because I feel like if you go in with another brush, it just makes it too harsh. So I'm just going in and blending everything out with my fingers until I feel like it's the look that I want. Okay, now that I'm satisfied with how everything looks, I'm going in with the Fit by Me powder foundation in the shade 330 Toffee, and I'm using that to wipe the excess bake off and to set my whole face so nothing moves. So yeah, I use this instead of like any other powder just because I like the finish that it gives, and it also like softens everything up because it is my foundation color. It doesn't make everything look so harsh after everything is said and done. Okay, so now everything is set. I'm going to take my Mario Badescu Rosewater spray and spray a bunch of it on my face. And I'm going to take the sponge thing that came in the pressed foundation from Maybelline. And I'm just going to pat everything in because at this point my makeup looks super powdery. So I find that if you spray your makeup with the rosewater and pat it in with some sort of sponge, it gets rid of the powder effect and your makeup goes back to looking more skin-like. Oh wow, okay. So now I am going to finish my eyes. I'm going to take that pink color I was using earlier and just use that to go underneath my eyes and to blend everything out. Okay, so I went and put on my lashes and my mascara and my eyeliner all off camera because if I did it on camera, it would mess me up. So I did all that off camera, and now I'm using the Tarte Clay Blush in the shade Party. I got it at Sephora for my birthday gift, and I'm just using that to add color back into my face after all the highlighting and contour. And then I'm going in with the Becca highlight in the shade Rose Gold, and I am a highlight queen, so I literally put highlight everywhere I can think of. So I put it on my cheeks, my nose, my lips, and I just kind of keep building it up until I get the highlight that I want basically. And on my lips, I just have a brown liner and Tarte's liquid lipstick in the shade Party as well. Now to set my face, I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter spray, and I spray a bunch on and then I fan it. Um, I learned this trick from a YouTuber. I really don't remember, but it helps my makeup stay all day. And now it's time for the final look, and there it is, guys. There it is, my beautiful yellow gold look. When I started this video, I didn't really know where I wanted to go with it, but I'm really happy the way it ended up. And just like this video if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. This is my first one, so we'll see how everything goes. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.